And as Headkeep already said, like, yeah, take your perfect scout and just see how you lose, because honestly, I do not see how Masper is going to come back from this. Welcome to a zerok 1 versus 1 between, in the blue, as amphipods, it is a Therxyy with amphipods going for a couple of high value wind generators right now, 2.4 each, versus their opponent in the red, it is Masper with cloak pods. Also going for some wind, but going to have their commander expand faster. And going for the back maxes with a constructor. Whereas over here we've got forward maxes going for conch, whereas commander is doing the back maxes. Bit of a mix up. And going into Lotus first immediately. Already ahead in eco a little bit. Just because, well, they've got, well, 2 maxes close by, whereas Masper had to walk a little bit for the max. And the other one, of course, had to wait for the constructor to be out. And for now, the pressure using couple of glaives is not working out. I mean, they're not even in the enemy base yet. And since Lotus is already up, this side will not be pressured or raided by the glaive at all. Especially with the dock being there as well. No real chance to do anything there. 0.8 wind floor, so even though we're at 1% wind, they are still not bad at all. Still almost as good as... What? You mean that they don't create any wind? Is that the issue? I think so. Okay. Even though there is no wind at all right now, the wind generators are still almost generating as much as a solar would. At least in terms of efficiency. And Archer out already. WTF. I mean, I don't really know what they're doing here either. Radar now, even though, like... What? They're... Oh, morphing this one. Okay, sure. Not creating any energy. Spending 7 on this right now. Sparrow, I mean, it's up. It's expensive though, and... What? Double gremlin? Oh, what? What do you think you saw? Masper? 7 gremlins? Did you mean to create Ronins? What are you doing right now? Constructor? Okay. Somewhat sensible choice. And then... I mean, Therxyy now with better map control. Having commander forwards over here. You are making a reaver forwards. Does save you some time in walking. But yeah, double max over here already for Therxyy. Commander will be creating the double max as well. So yeah. Only now you've got your like home base maxes. So you're quite far behind in just eco. 28 to 23. Are not currently building anything, so like possibly even going to be floating some resources as well. Whereas Therxyy is just spending everything they've got. And there is no real way for you to deal any damage with these units. Especially those gremlins, because those are expensive. 360 value invested, yet they're not going to do anything. Even the enemy commander does not have drones. But does create bulkhead. Of course, the artillery support unit for amphipods. Going to be nice to try and put pressure on this, but honestly, you don't even need it. Just take a couple of archers, a couple of ducks in there, and you're fine. You'll just win anyways. Almost 500% attrition. And as Headkeep already said, like, yeah. Take your perfect scout. Either Sparrow or Gremlin, both are pretty much perfect scout. And just see how you lose. Because, honestly, I do not see how Masper is going to come back from this. Doesn't have the energy upkeep right now. Luckily enough, Sparrow does not cost you energy. But double radar tower does. 1.6 just in those, and you didn't have any wind, so yeah. Over here, bulkhead is even going to be safe, so that's another thing that's going to be very annoying for Masper. Thera going to be healing it up as well. And over here, actually, you will be able to do some damage. By the time Archer would get here, it's just too late. So you can just clean up these two maxes. Clean up the two maxes. Thank you. And on this side, you could pressure that with your commander. This though, 14 ducks. That's a lot. I mean, there is also quite a lot of alpha damage over here with those pickets and all that, but Archer just sitting there in the line of fire. Not great. That is quite a lot of alpha damage. 1240. But that's also not enough to take care of this many ducks or archers or units in general. And the stream of buoys, bulkheads is coming out for Therxyy, going for geothermal already. Well, not already, but as well. Going to give them some more eco. Over here, couple of nano frames to defend against, like, protect against scythes running into your base. Though it's a little bit interesting, since you don't have it on this side. But it's fine. And over here, well, Masper finally taking a good fight. Looking at the attrition, only 70% for Therxyy. So yeah, cleaning up all of those bulkheads for pretty much no losses. Amazing trade there for Masper. 160 to 690. At the same time though, Gremlin will be cleaned up, Scythe was cleaned up. So that's not great. And even just this, where you had your very good fight, it can still just be pressured by the commander, by the whole bunch of ducks that they've got. So yeah, Imp is really going to have to do a lot of work for you. I mean, you haven't shown you plan on using them. They're not taking very good fights against the Reaver and all that. You've got 5 ducks stunned. The issue is just that this many ducks is still able to just burst down your Reaver before you really get any DPS done. Right? Reaver is DPS, ducks are just burst, so not a big deal. Over here stunning 1 bulkhead. It's a nice thing to have, but it's also not that good. Here, running out of your cloak. Maybe just because you didn't have the upkeep, I don't know. So you didn't really close the distance with your glaives, which you would like to do normally through cloak. But yeah, I mean, all of a sudden Therxyy's attrition positive again. And I'm a little surprised that they have not been getting up this eco or this. Right? I mean, there is a single Lotus now, but this could have been their eco for quite a long time already. And you spotted the imps. Nicely done. Geothermal is up, but also not in the overdrive grid. So currently pushing all of this wind into overdrive, but nothing else. Really should have been queued just right after this. Either a line of wind or a energy pylon, something like that. Because for now, geothermal is not really going to pay off. Duck moving in, but into a picket and a couple of glaives as well. So not really going to do anything. And by now, Masper's eco, not too bad. Still really shouldn't be as good as that of Therxyy. Though, Therxyy not really using their eco optimally. I mean, this could have been overdriven, this could have been overdriven. This could have been constructed. Same with this max, by the way. But yeah, I can't say the same thing about Masper on this side. Commander, still trying to construct bulkheads. Bulkhead push is strong, but I think 1.3k in ducks is stronger right now. And it seems like Masper's commander is at least going to, yeah, reclaim. Giving up all of that metal is probably going to hurt you a lot more than a couple of bulkheads are going to hurt Masper. Even here, yeah, you've got a bulkhead, but you're sitting in the firing range of a picket with your ducks. Not good. This many glaives just going around your Lotus Fortress. And 4 Lotus over here. I mean, hey, you're constructing the energy pylon now. Ducks, of course, do have a little bit of AoE, so that's good. You're cleaning up most of the glaives, and now with 4 loaders against 11 glaives, that's probably a good trade for the loaders. Though I'm not actually completely sure on that. Yeah, no, I do expect that to be good for the loaders. Yeah, I think so. And Bulkhead will just be slowly but surely cleaning up these 2 little maxes. Sparrow not really been used all that much, but is now scouting for their slings. So we'll be scouting and destroying a couple of bulkheads, a couple of loaders. And the commander, Therxyy, not doing anything. Commander, you should be reclimbing. There is still 1100 here. And soon there will be more with all of your loaders going down. Right. Yeah, Therxyy is probably also having a bit of an off day. I hope. I expect more from them. And over here, buoys. Against, well, glaives that are running in a straight line. Not too bad. Scallop, also very nice. Especially close up. So should be able to clean up those glaives at some point. The issue is, they took down another 2 maxes. Yeah. The eco for Therxyy through reclaim right now is very good. 34 build power, 34 build power commander. But they're losing 4 maxes, 5, 7 maxes? That they really should have control over. That they have not constructed these, I mean, fine. But like this, and especially these 5, those should just be your maxes. You are now going to be building back up. You are reclaiming a whole bunch. But at the same time, the enemy has a good mass of slings. You can just destroy those with ducks. You can. Ducks are good enough to just dodge most of the slingshots. And run in there. I mean, there are no reavers close by. This is the closest reaver. That's incredibly far away. And you know what? Even your commander could... well, a little bit scary, of course, trying to run in there with your commander. Because it is not, in fact, able to dodge. And 300 HP is not a whole lot of margin. So yeah, the best riot they've got over there is their commander. Of course, one issue is that ducks do not have amazing DPS. And there's a slow composition, slower than sling, running in there. I mean, Therxyy, attrition once again, 90%. Army value on the field right now, 1280 versus 4000. Masper completely catching up. There's a lot of value over here. Like, ha 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 ha, shield ball. I knew someone was going to switch into shields, and it was probably not a good idea. I just wonder if, like, lobbing Scallop into this would have been a faster, cheaper, and possibly better solution than going into shield ball. Sling outranges shield. So with 24 slings on the field, it's unlikely for a small shield ball to really do any damage. Thug is slow, I don't know how slow compared to 57 versus slings 45, so you're not really catching up to them very quickly. At least not when they're running away. So a small shield ball, yeah, still needs a lobster. In which case I do believe that Scallop might have been the better solution. Scallop, Archer. Probably Archer actually, in this case. Since Archer is still fast enough to try and dodge slingshots a little bit. But well, we will now see. Will the shield ball work out? They're lobbed in. They're close, so the 700 plus DPS from Felon will be doing a good job. But still, most of the shield is gone. Do you manage to keep the Felon alive? If so, it was definitely a good trade. Die now. 1300 cost made. It was in fact a good idea to go for shields, since you managed to keep them alive. I still wonder if it would have been just faster to do it with lobster shenanigans, just with your own Amphipods factory. But that's not really something we can judge. Issue. going for that shield ball, it slowed you down a whole bunch. Masper should now be getting up all of that eco. Indeed they are. We'll have 2/3 or like 3/4 map control soon. Shield ball is already something that you need to start forcing engagements with. You need to make the enemy need energy for shields, man. No, technically not for these, since they are personal shields. Well, going into the commander. Commander could quite easily go down here. At least a couple of thug shots and it is dead. Come on now. Thug, get one shot off. Commander survives, really? 13%, 500 HP, yeah. Had 2 thugs maybe shot at it, it would have been dead. Not sure, 170. Taylor. 3 shots from thugs and it would have been dead. Now it's still, yes, 900 value lost there for Masper. Not a bad trade, but here you're trying to construct eco, but it will immediately be cleaned up. And more WTFs? Where the WTF now? Do I know? What? I do not see the WTF this time. And spam duck. Yeah. I mean, it's mainly just sling. I'm honestly a little bit surprised at how well the shield ball has been doing against the slings. But that's all just because of Lobster. Since of course you don't drain your shield nearly as much as you would otherwise. Over here, well, your geothermal goes kaplooey. There goes. Good thing it's not an advanced geo. So it was only 500 cost, but it was also a significant part of your overdrive. 30 energy only now. And although they were like, well, you need shields. You need energy for shields. Not really. Still would have helped though. Just because that way you could, if you wanted to, get up an Aspis or Aegis to just like heal your, like recharge your shield ball faster. But you're not going to do that. Right. Over here, Scythe manages to sneak through. Commander has to go there. Well, Caretaker could still be damaged. Phoenix is not ready to fire yet, and also really shouldn't be firing in its own base. And Caretaker, I mean, will not be cleaned up, it seems. Bit of a shame. And there goes the Scythe. Destroying just this single Caretaker is probably worth it, since it does have a not a terribly large explosion radius. And there goes the shield ball once again. Leaving a lot of shield behind though. This time around the commander will not survive. And why? Not sure what the why was about. Maybe leaving the shields behind, not really sure. And knights. Knights would indeed be some kind of option. I mean, they soak damage. Their paralysis weapon, their lightning gun, of course, extra nice against shields, since it is dealt as like extra damage, the EMP. But this could also just end the game. Crow, I mean, no anti-air on this side. You're trying to rush up a Faraday without using your commander, which is like 34 willpower. Though, you don't really have the economy for it anyways. And even just one Faraday, it's strong, but like, not Crow level destruction strong. Right? And I mean, if it was, that would have been insane, because that's a 260 tower, otherwise destroying a 4200 metal unit. I mean, I'm glad it's not that strong. But hey, goodbye to your base, and goodbye to the end of this match, I think. OP, OP, OP. I mean, I was really questioning what Masper was doing at the start, but they managed to turn it around. Therxyy's value always just significantly better than that from Masper, but still wasn't able to finish off the match. And just struggled hard against those slings.